Hey, it's Elliot Wilson from Rap Radar, and me and my partner B. Miller. And you know we got the premier website out there, rapradar.com. And now we're about to take over the podcast game. We're gonna sit down with the culture's most important voices, and give you that news and information, that opinion. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Listen up. Here we go. Yeah, Rap Radar Podcast. Elliot Wilson,
Brian B. Miller.
What's up, B.
How you doing?
This episode sponsored by
Rap Chat.
Rap Chat, our favorite sponsor, baby.
Rap Chat be looking out.
Everybody's talking about Drake, Meek Mill, all these raps, man. You gotta get your rap game up, man. You know what I'm saying? All you fans out there, man. You see the excitement going on with lyrics and what's going on with these MCs. Drake came back with a new joint. Meek Mill came back with a new joint. You gotta get your bars up, man. You gotta know how to put words together, man. Rap Chat helps you do that.
Yep. Through social media as well, man. You can upload hundreds of beats and freestyle to them, rap to them.
There's beats available for you. That's all you need, baby.
And everything is free.
Your favorite word, B-Dot.
The favorite F word is free.
Free on your iPhone, free on the iPhone app at the App Store. The Android version is coming really super soon.
Yep.
We promise you. Yo, they already have 500,000 people on the
500,000
app. I like that, man.
I think they've grown since they've been
getting about 10 more.
Maybe 11.
Nah, but they're good dudes. We continue to appreciate their support, man. Again, we mess with Rap Chat heavy, man.
Yes.
The beats are accessible, man. You can practice your bars. You can do it, for leisure, for fun, or you can really sharpen your craft, man. So that's the only way you get better as an artist, man, to keep practicing.
I got it even on my phone. These rappers are making this thing look easy.
So join us, man. Keep supporting, man. Make sure you go to Rap Chat. Make sure you download the Rap Chat app.
Yes.
Tell them Rap Radar sent you.
Of course.
Like I said, B-Dot, man, Drake and Meek Mill, man. Everybody's talking about these guys, man. Before we bring our guests in, man, they want to know what Elliot Wilson, what B-Dot, what the only opinion that matters Rap Radar thinks about what's going on in hip-hop right now.
I like it. I think there's two good joints, man.
It's crazy, right?
Too good. Because when I heard the record, I was driving, and I saw
it. Which record? Take us into the life of B-Dot.
So I was driving, and I see the timeline is going crazy about Summer 16, and I don't have Apple Music, so I was like, you know what, F it. Let me just download it, pay the $1.29.
Oh, you joined in? Okay. Oh, you went straight to buy it?
Yeah, just buy it.
Wow, okay.
Why not? It's only $1. So I'm driving and I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh man, Drake does it again. Like he's making like rap songs.
Why is he so evil, man?
He's good with the sublims.
He's sinister right now, man. Why is he so evil right now, man?
He's got the hot hand, man.
I thought he was coming with like the big single, like the Hotline Bling, like the kind of the record for the ladies, like Views is coming. And you feel like he was supposed to present like the big single, right? This is like a street single, right?
Yeah.
To me, right?
But street singles for Drake kind of form into real singles, They take a life of their own.
But did you feel like that song's like the beginning of a rollout with Views? Like, I feel like some people still feel like there's now a disconnect of like, how does this fit the idea of what the Views album is?
But I don't think Drake needs a traditional rollout. He could just put out that album tomorrow and it's going to, create a buzz. But it's a great record. And I think it's just so weird that, Meek came back with his record.
It did kind of ruin it a little bit because Meek, we've heard from different sources.
Right.
We and you have good sources.
Right.
It appears that Meek was tipped off about the record. Right.
Yeah.
He knew the content at least. Maybe he heard it or he knew kind of the lines. So he is directly responding to Drake in real time. So that you give him props for that. And actually, it's his best response. Like, it's best diss record he drew back at Drake ever.
Yeah.
Like, way better than Want to Know.
Absolutely.
Like, what do you think it was? Why couldn't he have done that before? Like,
I think the intel. First, the beat is really good too, but I think the intel that he has has just fueled him a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
I think Drake made a mistake though. I will say this. Like, I think Drake still is the top guy, but I think he just made a strategic mistake. I just feel like why re-engage in a battle that everyone thinks you won? Like, back to back is so flawless, right? Like, so why Like, even draw him, like, I understand drawing a sublime, but he's real direct. Like, that whole thing about they're both at the Four Seasons. Like, what the hell? Like, how's that coming out now? Like, they were both at the same hotel. And, like, why go back in on the dude if you clearly already won? You're Grammy nominated. You're like, and also this thing, I think it reminds me when Jay went at Nas when Nas wasn't his height. And he just was like, ask Nas, he don't want to Hove. When Nas wasn't even really a factor in the scene at that time. Like, and resurrected his career, got him back going again, lit that fire. I just feel like Drake kicked Meek while he was down.
Really?
And then finally, like, Meek stood up.
No, I think Meek is still throwing haymakers, but not necessarily connecting.
I know, but if he doesn't ever respond back to him, right? Then back to back is the thing that stands. And if you can't counter back to back, then he wins.
Oh,
right?
I got you.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to know when to, like, I don't know. I remember when I was dissing the source. Like, at a certain point, you got to realize that it's going to blow up in your face. Like, you can't just keep going at people. Like, you got to recognize sometimes when you've won.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, a lot of people feel like Meek won the battle in this sense. But there's
still new battles for Drake. You know, he has that, conflict, I guess, with Tory Lanez and the new Toronto.
Yeah, he's going at everybody, man.
I think Drake...
What about the Hove line? You know,
the Hove line? I like it. I think it's... Drake feels empowered. I think he believes that he's the new Jay, and rightfully so. He should feel that way. He's definitely
it's like
top
him.
guy.
It's like him finally rapping like that. I'm fucking the top guy. Like, this is my perspective of things. And then the Kanye jab was still playful. Like, and then why do you think for one final thing for him, I guess, and why do you think he's not capitalizing off all the hype of All Star and just put the record out in February? Like, why do you think he's waiting until April?
I think because it's not done. And maybe.
You hear that, Brian Carson? It's not done, man. What's this guy doing in the studio with 40? What are these guys doing? How could it not be done?
Some things take a little bit more time, man.
But is it gonna be? But does that set the bar? I hate when artists I just think it kind of hurts to know if you keep telling fans like this is the name of the album and it's coming. Doesn't that kind of heighten their perception of it close their mind a little bit that it has to be this, it has to be a classic? Like, they build in their mind what it should be.
I mean, that's just the fans, but Drake hasn't commented on it. He's just he's just working. I think we're just coming to our own conclusions and assumptions. So I'm looking forward to it.
So you think that? So in final summation, you think that Meek came back. Meek is dope, and he finally came up with something that people can respect.
Right.
So he reignited his career in a sense, but he's not really beating Drake in the bigger overall conversation.
Nah. I think right now it's a little bit evenly yoked, but I think it's still room for improvement.
But are you surprised that Meek came back strong with something
Meek
came after back to back?
I'm surprised
coming back after back to back.
I was more surprised that he had a response for Drake's diss. So it was just a perfect timing.
Rapid fire.
But I love it. I think two great records
for the culture.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's our opinion, and we're sticking with it. Right
yes, sir.
Our other opinions, we like this guy here. We got a new guest today, man. Anderson
Paak, man.
Is it Paak or Paak? I can't remember.
Paak, depending on where you're from.
Yo, this guy just signed to Dr. Dre Aftermath. Our timing is impeccable.
Yeah, man. A friend of mine, he's probably listening, Mike Franco, down in Miami. He told me about this guy. This is how I usually get hip to new music recommendations or friends.
People want to know, B-Dots.
He sent me that link to Malibu, and I was like, all right, I'll get to it. So in preparation for doing this interview and just in my own leisure, I'm listening to him. I'm like, yo, this guy got some shit.
Yeah.
He's super talented.
And then the big thing that broke you for him was all his appearances on Dre's album, the Compton album.
He's on Game's album.
He's on Game's album. He's on 6 songs of that Dre album, and the Animals record with Premier where he touched on police brutality.
Yep.
And he's just that guy, man, kind of like Terrace Martin, where he's just been in that LA scene for years and years and years, grinding, and this is this guy's moment, man. And he's he can sing, he raps, he plays the drums. He's got a sold out show at SOB's here in New York going down on Thursday. They had to reschedule it, so let's get him now, man. And his manager's got Adrian Miller. I go way back with some 1992 industry shit, so I was like, this makes perfect sense, and I feel good about it, man. The time it couldn't be more better, man.
Absolutely. These West Coast guys, man, they have that funk. It's something, when you listen to the Malibu project, it seems like, wow, they're still making this kind of music. Like, it's really dope.
Somebody said that, his album being so dope, and Rihanna's album, people like a lot says is dope too. It's like, yo, these rappers got to step up. The top albums this year has been from non-hip-hop, non-rappers, right? Anderson Paak and Rihanna's album might be the top 2 albums of the year so far. I know we're only in January, but we were saying Uncle Murder should go in, right, with the Rap Monthly, right?
Do one every month.
There's too much going on in hip-hop, man.
Too much, man.
It's crazy, man. We're going to have a good talk with Anderson Paak, though.
But before we go, I also want to say condolences to a friend, journalist, Michael Feeney, who passed away yesterday at the age of 32. This is the guy from when I went to school at Delaware State University. He put me into the game. He introduced me to journalism, and he influenced so many others and touched so many others.
Al Sharpton sent his condolences. The mayor,
everybody, Roland Martin. Just it's so surreal. It puts things back into perspective. And this is a guy that he was a big fan of you and I. And,
of course, always supportive.
I'm just
a very smart dude and a great journalist in his own right, man. So much great work in a short career. It was about to get a job at CNN. So many wonderful things. I know he's a good friend of yours. You went to the same school. I see you wearing the Delaware State today.
In honor of him.
So, we definitely got to dedicate this episode to him, man. R.I.P. Michael Feeney.
Yes.
Respect to him. Condolences to you, B-Dot, and the rest of his friends, and especially to his family. I think arrangements aren't yet put out there yet,
not
right?
yet, but probably before the end of the week we'll probably hear something.
Definitely follow us on Twitter at Elliot Wilson, at B.TM. whatever donations need to be sent to the family or whatever funeral arrangements are going to be set. We will keep you updated. But again, thoughts and prayers to the family of Michael Feeney. This episode is dedicated to him. He would love this, man.
Absolutely.
Love this culture, love documenting it. We're going to keep going on in his name and keep doing it, baby. We'll come right back with Anderson .Paak.
Yep.
Introducing Play.it, a podcast network like no other. From award-winning news programming and #1 sports brands to entertainment and business leaders, Play.it is delivering storytelling at its best.
We're going to be having conversations with newsmakers and culture shapers.
I will be talking mostly about fashion and how I've been marketing all of my life.
Tech, culture, and entrepreneurship.
Everything in the world of sports entertainment and wrestling and beyond.
Hear what you've been missing at Play.it.
Hey, it's Sully Wilson from Rap Radar. And me and my partner, B.Dot Miller, man. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Anderson .Paak, baby, what's good?
Good.
Adrian, you can sit right there. Hey, you can sit right there if you want. Oh, you good? Okay, all right, no problem.
Yeah. He'll be ghost. He'll be ghost.
Me and the manager gotta go back. He's being all smooth. I don't want to be a camera today, bro.
Keep it low key.
Anderson, man, congratulations, brother.
Yes, Lord.
I saw a little bit. Yes, Lord.
Is it on?
What's going on? What's the, I know you had the church background, man. Talk about the Yes, Lord. That's your
Yes,
refrain,
Lord.
man. Yes, you copyrighted that yet? Adrian, we got the check on that? We good?
Can you get on that?
How'd you come up with the Yes, Lord? That's you right
in
now.
The church, man. Yeah, it was all kinds of phrases going on in the church, man.
Some you can't even say, man.
Exactly,
some of them
man.
church ladies got foul mouths, man.
Yup, exactly. Yep. the mother's board.
What's the wildest thing you seen, like, in church?
I seen somebody get socked out.
In the church?
Yeah.
What church is that? That's your church.
That ain't my church.
You know, when the pastors start, praying for people and then, start telling people's business, and I'm like, aunties be getting mad and stuff. I seen the auntie come out and just knock
open hand.
Yeah, open hand.
Open hands.
Yeah. Everybody just came out of the spirit, that fresh anointing.
I hear that.
Right upside his head.
But Edison, the last 48 hours, man. Talk about that, man.
Look at that smile, man. Look at that smile.
Yeah,
that's the kind of smile someone would have if they just signed to Dr. Dre.
Hey, bro. The news is spreading, huh? Yeah. Nah, man.
I said, man, he smell like money right here.
Smell like money.
You see the chains, bro. You see my little things, bro. It ain't a game. Nah, man, it's been awesome, man. I've been on the flight. I just came, we came out from LA, do a couple of shows. But yeah, man, I had to get Dre on the snap, man. They wanted to do the press conference and all that stuff. I was like, no, we just gonna get you right on the snap.
Right.
And we're gonna get it out there. Trust me, it's gonna be everywhere. So
how did it become official? Was that process always in the works from the moment
it was
you
in the
started working with
works?
him?
Yeah, because we had to negotiate some things, and we got the perfect situation where both sides are happy. But it was already kind of set in stone in my mind, like that I wanted to do it. I felt like he really took a chance on me. He took a chance when nobody was trying to really do it. Yeah. He threw me on tracks with M and Cube and
6 joints on that album.
Yeah,
right.
And
a key role.
That's huge. It was just like it did a lot of things.
They say you the MVP of that album, man.
That's what they say.
Like
they call me the new Snoop.
You the Cam Newton of that Compton album, man.
Hey, bro, I gotta take the ball and run with it, bro. It was just like he gave me an awesome opportunity, man. And I feel like he really put his name on the line. So when they were asking, you gonna sign this and that, I didn't think it would. It was just a no-brainer for me. If you're going to sign with anybody, you might as well go top of the food chain.
But you had other offers as well, right?
Hell nah.
Really?
Nah, not before that. I mean, we had a couple of little pennies thrown at us and stuff, but it was just like...
He said pennies.
Yeah, man. Nobody was really serious about it. And it's so interesting because after the whole Dre thing, man, everybody swear up and down, they was
want
ready.
Credit for almost getting it, right? They want credit for what they almost did.
Let me go ahead, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm still... So it was just like... Man, I was just like, y'all corny, bro.
What I think is interesting too, like people, obviously I've heard some of the stories you talked about, getting the opportunity, getting in the studio, the tryout, you do some hooks, put some melodies on top of things.
Yeah.
Have the test run. But what the end result to me is what's crazy about is that you hit records you're on, those to me like are true collaborations. Like a lot of records you're going back and forth with Dre. Like it just evolved into something that's just way more than just like singer comes in and does the hook.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like how did that develop where you guys have that chemistry as artists? artists together?
I think it's the way I came in the situation. You know, I came in and he didn't really know much about me, and thank God for Ty and Drew and Mez, Justice, and then, man, they kind of really put them on to my sound. I have a song called Suede out, and with my group No Worries, me and Knowledge, and that song started circulating around the camp by the time they were doing Compton. And when I got in, you know, they were like, yo, we got this music for the project, we want to know if you can get on it, we love that song Suede. And they were like, hold on, we need to play this shit for Dre. And I was like, oh yeah, I haven't played it for him yet. So he came in there and they played it for him. He cranked it, and he played it like 3 times, and he wanted to work after that. So I think it was kind of like that situation where he seen I can hold my own, and I had the ability to write and come up with stuff to where he was open to really just let me do my thing, or having an idea and let me kind of expound upon that. So we always had that chemistry, as opposed to me being like just a voice or a vessel for them to just feed lyrics
put
to,
lyrics around,
you know what I'm saying? And just, it was different. So he kind of has that trust, and I feel like it's a mutual respect.
What about the back and forth wordplay? How did that develop?
So that was the first joint we did, All in a Day's Work.
I love that record.
Yeah, man. When he threw on the beat, he was like, I kind of hear something, you know, this kind of vibe, and he started giving out ideas and stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly it. So I was like, let me just get on the mic. And I got on the mic, started freestyling different, you know, melodies and stuff coming out. When I opened my eyes, everybody was like, yeah. So then we started writing it together after that. And then
how does that evolve? Let's writing together.
So I had like a little template. It was just like gibberish, you know, a few words here and there, and we all just started writing it together in the booth, like pretty much like line for line, just putting, like, you know, figuring out the code of this, like, you know, I was speaking in tongues kind of, and we just like, oh, this kind of sounds like we can say this and that. And then as we developed that, it became like, oh, maybe let's do a back and forth thing. It just kind of the song just kind of just naturally
that's so hip hop, right? Him and Eminem, Guilty Conscience,
exactly.
Jadakiss and Styles, it's like, you know, that's the culture, like.
No, I think he works well with that, you know.
You think he was surprised about how talented you were? Like, did you see him sort of like connect to, like, seeing that you have a wider range than maybe he first thought? You know what I mean?
I seen that. I seen his eyes starting to light up more and more. Like, the more we worked together, I think he started to see like how much I was capable of, and that's what we were really getting excited about. Was because, like, I remember we would record heavy sessions, and then we have a drink out there, and we both be like, yo,
what's Doc drinking? What's he doing?
Hendrix. He got me on Hendrix.
That was Hendrix. Oh, gin.
Yeah, gin.
So push up, you weights and gym.
Like, you sound like a boss when you order a Hendrix at the bar. You're like, okay, you got a little taste.
Just neat, just by itself.
I think he just does. He don't really mess with the sugar and all that. He keep it clean. But he got me on the Hendrix stuff too, man.
It's so dope that you got signed like in a traditional way. Like, someone hears your music, passes it to Dr. Dre, and you get on.
Nah, it's like storybook old school way. And like a lot of times people front like they ain't signed and they got a deal, but the record company don't be saying they got a deal.
Yeah,
all
it's on the low.
Yeah, super on the low. But like, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. Like, like Dre is a part of the DNA, like, of my artistry. Like, I grew up to his stuff. It's like my earliest memories of music is like Dre and Snoop. You know,
you said show and tell. You
show and tell.
Dre. Like, what were you performing in show and tell?
Doing what was
the clean version?
Dre Day. I remember when the video for Dre Day came out, bro. Yeah, dude. That was it. I was rapping that, man. And so to be able to work with him was one thing, and then now to be able to be on the team, you know, it's amazing. So it's like, I'm on the team. I'm trying to put up some numbers now.
So what did it mean to you, like, when the nominations for the Grammys came out? You know, Compton's nominated.
That's crazy. It is like, dang, you know, like, I mean, it's an awesome record. Like, I thought, you know, for sure it should at least get a nod, and like, I mean, so much stuff was happening on top of everything, and then when that came in, I was just like, wow, man, this is definitely the best year ever.
What do you think it was that made it, like, obviously the movie was a lot of inspiration for him, and that movie was very well done. Like, why do you think it was that finally made him feel like, okay, I'm gonna let this out. Like, it's time for me to really put this out. Do you think that were you part of that energy of feeling like, okay, now this is really gonna happen this time? Like, Dre's gonna push the button. He's gonna share this with the world.
Yeah, I think it's just timing, man. I think timing is that's it, man. And I think the people he's around, the camp that he's with now, he's really inspired by them. I think he's really inspired by what's going on right now in the industry and how fast paced everything is. And I think that movie did a lot for him, and just like opening him up to, like, you know, just really release stuff. A lot of people say like, man, aren't you worried you're gonna get shelved and all that stuff? And I was like, that's not my relationship with Dre. Everything I've ever done with Dre has went straight to market. Like, wow, not some of it, everything, even to where I'm just like, because he got the radio station and stuff, or the show, the pharmacy, and I'll just go in there just to chill, and he'll be like, yo, do a freestyle real quick, and it'll be on the air that night. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different. You know, I can't say. But you
probably help inspire that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to be a part of that. But yeah, man, I think he's definitely in a whole different mind state right now.
Well, you're definitely inspiring a whole generation right now with this Malibu project.
Yeah,
man.
So wait, so you go on your own and just do Malibu? Like,
absolutely.
Did Dre know you was cooking this up?
Absolutely, like, man. He knew I was moving, bro. I was like, Dre, I'm moving, bro.
So he said, do your thing?
Yeah. We was in motion already, man. Even he really helped me really get my mind together how I wanted to finish the project, because I was about halfway in when I started working on Compton. And it was crazy that he ended up calling it Compton. I was like, wow, so we're going to go from Venice to Malibu to Compton to Malibu. Just a little pit stop to Compton.
That's why I always wanted to ask you, was like, you got Venice, then you have Malibu, but you're from Oxnard. Like, what's up with the, like...
Oxnard? Is that what you said? Is that what... This nigga said Oxnard.
Is that what...
Oxnard.
Oxnard. The Ox City,
baby.
Yo, watch out. You about to catch
Oxnard. Right?
Yeah, bro. Man,
that sound like a battle rap line. You're an Ox nerd. I'm hot. Yeah, shout out to Madlib, everybody from the Ox, bro. He didn't mean no harm. Don't come at his head in the comments.
We going to Oxnard.
I got the comments lit right now.
You good with YG certain places, but you can't go to Oxnard now, man.
Yeah. All I'm trying to say is that like kind of the theme of what you're doing, like to your name?
Yeah. It just helped me kind of like compartmentalize things on how I was working with my artistry. A lot of people said I couldn't do a bunch of different musics and different genres, and they said I couldn't be so, have so much range and stuff, and I was like, yes, I can.
Like, tone it down. Give us one thing, right?
Yeah. They say you never, get anywhere with that, and that made me want to do it even more. So in order to help me digest it, and even the people, I put it in location for them. So I was like, Venice, we're going to have fun. We're going to keep it light. We're going to keep it broad. Like just how if you ever been to LA, you go to Venice, it's very long street.
I noticed that between the records, you have this ocean kind of sound effect between them. Like,
keep it SoCal, like I travel the world, man, and everybody love trying to get to SoCal, trying to get out to LA, man. They love it out there, and I just want to make people feel like they there, even if they out here in the blizzard with y'all niggas. It's like I really want to bring that home. Like this is that sound, and I want to spread it worldwide. So that helped me with that. And then with Malibu, I wanted it to get even further out in the water. And my vision was for Malibu was by the time we hit Malibu, there'd be way more people paying attention. And that's what exactly was happening.
I know you put a lot of work into the sequencing too, and I know you wanted the wide range of emotions. Like obviously you have, you talk about your family, there's like some dark content. I know you enjoy with how to present dark content with positive like how did you decide how to put those things together and balance those emotions?
Yeah, man, that's that's something I've been working on. With my first project, I didn't really dig too deep into my background or anything like that, and I was just waiting on the right song in order to open up more. And I had some of these songs that I've been holding on for a while.
It was a core of like 4 songs, right?
Yep.
And Bird was one of them.
Yeah, The Bird, Celebrate, Put Me Through, Parking Lot. These are either songs that I kind of was holding on to for the right moment. And I wanted it to get personal, but I still wanted the songs to be good and groovy, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to have one of these songs where it's preachy or like it's too deep and people like I still want to keep the song intact. So that was what was important to me in finding that and being comfortable with exposing that too, so.
But it's funny, like even on one of the songs that come to mind, The Waters, you talk about like how people back in 2012 thought you were too hippie.
Yeah.
Because I listened to that project. It actually sounds really good. It sounds like...
Now,
But like...
now people get it. Yeah.
Like that was so E&J, like that joint is hot.
Yeah.
But at least that didn't discourage you, to still keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. No, at the end of the day, what I learned from all that is like, if it's good product, it might not happen overnight, but it's gonna happen, and then it's gonna get shared. And I'm glad we put that out, and now people have a chance to go back and check it out. And it's it's all seeing the light of day now.
And you were going by Breezy Lovejoy at the time. Yeah. So what spawned the change in names?
Man, I went through a whole process, man. I went through a process where I was just recording a bunch of music. I kind of locked myself in a room and developed a routine and was waking up and kind of just simplify my life to where I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wake up and do music. And after I came out of that, I had my son. I had my wife that I was pretty much having to take care of, and I didn't have a place, and I was really trying to get focused, you know, get on this music grind. And I remember thinking like, damn, when I swear this is exactly one of the things that went through my head was, man, am I really, when I meet Dr. Dre, am I really gonna tell him, hey, my name is Breezy Lovejoy? You know?
It sounds like a porn star.
It sounds like a hippie porn star, right? Like just like rubbers made of hemp and shit. Like, yeah, like I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. And it you know, I battled with it for a minute because, you know, I was like, damn, I got like 500 followers on.
Oh, it's hard to change your name. It's hard to change your name. Not for real. They tell you not to change your name. If you're little, you should stay little. If you're young, you should stay young. You know, whatever your moniker is, you should stay with it.
And then when you change, you got to commit. It's like, you know, you got to rock. And, you know, it's the worst if you do it and then go back.
So was the period, the dot, the extra thing to give you the confidence?
Yeah, that was it. Like the dot, like just stick to it. Don't forget the detail, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Pay attention to every little detail. Now they got to pay attention to it.
It's funny because it reminds me also of Kendrick, the same thing with Kendrick Lamar when he went from K-Dot to Kendrick.
Exactly.
And how important that was. So it's like, it seems like the most simple thing. I'm just going to rap under my name or make music under my name. But talk about how that's a very tough, important step to make.
Yeah, it's a huge step, man. You know, it's like, you know, you put a lot of time into one thing, and then, you know, to be able to trust yourself to switch it over and then commit to that, you know, it's very tough. And I think it's a blessing though, because in today's society, man, like with how the web is, you know, a lot of artists don't, you know, the artist development aspect is kind of like, I feel like it still happens in a way, and I've done it, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, they either do artist development in front of the audience or away from the audience, and I've been doing a lot of it in front of my audience, you know, putting out music on a different name, you know, developing my sound and everything, but all in front of the people, so they seeing this growth. So that name change is a part of it, and, you know, I'm proud of it because, you know, it's just another chapter people get to see, you know, like where the evolution of the artistry, you know, and people say, you know, what happened to him and this and that, will he ever come back? It's just all a part of it. It's just chapters, you know.
Did you see results right away? What was the encouraging thing to make you feel like, okay, this is the right direction? I'm glad I did this. Like, this is.
Well, man, I mean, I think it's been like 3 years since I changed my name, and I mean, you know,
things have been
Grammy
good.
nominated.
Hey.
Nursing with Dre, you know.
Kissing Cindy Crawford.
Kissing Cindy on the cheek, on the red carpet, acting a fool.
We're going to talk
here
about
with
those
you.
ladies, man. We're going to talk about those ladies, man. Anderson loves the ladies, man.
What's up, mama? I see Chuggy. Hey, on.
I saw some interview you say all you want to do is find clever ways to make women blush or something
exactly.
like that, right?
Yeah. That's what the homie Robin Williams said, you know, like the whole English language was
But some of the content in the album, Malibu, though, you get raunchy with it.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm
like, always honest, you know.
Yeah, why? Like, was it put the one about the ladies up top?
Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Just fuck me already.
Yeah,
yeah. Talk about that. Why would you don't like the fake breasts in California culture? Like, what's going on?
I love fake titties. I love real titties. I love it all. But I love what's inside too. You know, I'm one of those people that's like, she can look good, but if she's just, you know, it's very, it can be really, it can really quick to just turn me off. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not one of those people that can really just like put up with someone with a shitty personality or like a dummy, and I just gotta fake it and stuff. Like, I get turned on by the mind too. Yeah. So
that type of stimulus.
Yeah. You know, it just does a lot for me. So you know, it's about that. You know, you see a lot of people, a lot of plastic people where I'm from. You know, a lot of people coming from all these different places, and they want to be something that they're not, and that's all good, man. But you know, I'm you know, with the little bit of time that we have on this earth, I'm trying to, you know, dig deep and, you know, see what we really made of, you know. And that don't mean we always gotta, you know, have sex and all that stuff right away. But it's sometimes you can just have that bomb conversation, and if you know you could have had it, sometimes that's good enough right there. You know?
And then sadomasochism and all types of stuff. So what's going on there, man?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm a glutton for punishment, man. With some of these situations I get myself into, man. You know, it's like, you know,
are we going to get
pain is love?
Are we going to get a video? Because I'm painting right now.
Silicon?
Man. No, not for that one. Yeah, that'll be great. For Am I Wrong, man?
Yeah.
That song is incredible.
Thank you, brother.
Like, that funk like we had Terrence Martin up here, and we talked about To Pimp a Butterfly. And I'm like, the West Coast has this. I guess it's part of the DNA.
Yeah, man. There's a big jazz funk movement going on, and it's been brewing for years now. And shout out to Thundercat and everybody, man, that's been really pushing it, Flying Low, and all them had a big part of it. I come up under the Sarah family and everything, so
somebody tweeted that today. It was like, oh, he comes from South. That makes sense. Now I understand why Anderson does.
Those my OGs, man. Shafiq and Omar.
I think my man Alvin Blanco. He was saying that. He was like, Sarah, like, oh, I see now. Now I see the DNA,
dude,
like
Taz and them, man. Those are the dudes, man. So it's been brewing, man, and it's just kind of just been. I mean, but LA got so many scenes, man. Because then you got the whole radio scene with Ty, and even he comes out of Sarah camp, and Mustard and all them. So it's like it's just so many scenes brewing, man, and it's the funk is there, bro. And the homie Pomo that produced that, he's actually from Canada.
Oh wow.
And then you got Schoolboy, out of South Central. So it's a lot of different worlds coming together. But that's huge for me, is be able to keep that funk element in the music.
How do you decide which rappers to collaborate with in terms of the album? You have Rhapsody on there. Like, how do those things, are they organic things to develop, or how do you know these artists will fit the vision? And
I mean, going into it, I didn't know that. I just knew that I wanted to definitely get some more collaborations. Like my other albums, I rarely ever collabed. There was maybe one or two features that I did, and I was really anxious to work with other people.
Like I'm coming up to Compton. I get anybody I want right now.
So I had a little more access after the Compton thing, So, but it was still like you still got to make good records and naturally make.
Call me back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I had a verse. I'm sending stems right now, so people were really on it, this time around. So it was cool. I got to work with the people I wanted to work with, man. And a lot of times I was already working on their project, like right after. Yeah, the game I had just stepped right in with him 2 weeks after, and we did our whole thing. And then right after that, it was Schoolboy, and it was just like a lot of it was through Twitter, man. Talib, I had that song done, and I was like, dude, I would love for him to just like do something on this.
You heard him on it,
absolutely, yeah. I just hit him
Rhapsody,
up. Rhapsody, I was on tour with Knowledge and Earl, and
he was on tour with Earl Sweatshirt.
Earl Sweatshirt.
I'm not a fan.
Oh, what? Oh, that's my nigga, bro. Come on, dude. He's one of my faves, bro. But yeah, we stopped in Raleigh in 9th, and Rap came to the show, and they were like, come to the studio, and I met Everybody Crisis Snow Squad, and we did like 10 joints.
It's crazy.
And I got to keep a couple, man, and we did some for her project too.
How does that work? How does that work on production too? Because you're a gifted drummer yourself, but you collaborating with all these hip hop producers, from Madlib to Khalil to 9th. Like,
it was very clear.
What do you look for? Like, why do you need rap beats, and what are you looking for? How does it mesh with your vision and your drumming and the sound that you want to create?
Well, I'm very particular with beats and producers, and what I'm looking for is space and groove, and a lot of the new production that I get, sometimes it's really cluttered and doesn't have anywhere for me to live on the track. And so a lot of people that understand space and are the older, the weathered hip hop producers, and I love that, and I love working with these cats, and I have a real clear vision after working on Compton, like what kind of production I wanted to do for the Malibu, and it really was clear to me, like, I wanted to get with the heavy hitters, because I didn't feel like they're being utilized, and a lot of cats don't get to work with these dudes. And so after I looked back on it after, I was like, damn, I got some heavy hitters on here. It's like,
bringing them into a new audience.
Absolutely,
in a sense, right?
In a new audience, and it was just refreshing for me, and I think for them too, to be able to work with a vocalist and with some more range. And it was refreshing for me to be able to work with just people that are just like giving me that grit, in that space, and it's still hip hop and it's still loop, but it's funky too. Like, when High Tech, I just said
High Tech
directly to High Tech, like, yo,
which one was that again with High Tech?
Come Down.
Yeah.
I was like, I just wanted a break beat with a nice bass line, and I swear, just like minutes later, he gave me exactly that. And it was just like, when I have something like that, it's so easy to write for me, as opposed to like, I get these beats, I'm like, okay, where am I?
You talk about that
trappy.
You talk about that. You said I got whack niggas sending you links in your DM. I was like, damn, who are you talking about?
Line, right?
Shots fired.
You be getting your braggadocious shit, man.
I feel feeling myself.
No, when you go to drop that, when you do the rap, like almost the rapper side, if you don't have a guest yourself, you'll just drop a quick bar or two. Like,
I mean, that's
just the natural flow.
Some of my favorite rappers, man. I come up like I was a huge fan of Hov and Kanye and like, you know, even like Snoop and, you know, like these are people that I grew up like really admiring and was a big fan. When I was a big fan of hip hop,
soaking things up.
It was that. I thought I was gonna be on Rockefeller growing up. You know, like couldn't tell me.
Everybody
nothing.
did.
I'm
still waiting for a change.
Drake just said that in a new song though. That he feels like he's Jay, but he just won't be a Rockefeller. Like that was the standard.
That was it, man. That was it, dude. And those dudes are my age. Drake and Cole and Kendrick. We all the same age, and so that was it. Like those were the dudes. You know, like. Yeah, so, you know, that whole braggadocious thing element is, you know, that's when I think about the MC part of me, you know, that's a part of it, you know, and yeah, I think I just carry that with me, and it's almost like an alter ego almost.
But it's dope that you like you have all these influences and you like you're mainstream. You tweeted about how you want to like combine the best of both worlds with the best from the underground and the best from the mainstream, and just you don't care where it's coming from though.
Nah, man, yeah, I think the people are ready for that now, you know, and that's just how I've always been, and it's amazing to be able to just be able to be in a position of still putting out music and be able to be in a position where the people, the fans, and the listeners, it's all come around full circle. So now people are ready, like, you know, give me something new, and especially in the West Coast, it's like, you know, I would like to be kind of like the glue of all these different vibes that you hear in the West Coast. You know, I like to be in the center and be able to take a little piece of everything. So yeah, man. But
it's funny. Also on that same project, Malibu, you talk about fame and how fame killed your favorite entertainers, but now you're famous. You're becoming famous.
You think so?
Yeah, you're getting there.
We was just walking around lost trying to find a building, and I didn't get hit up by nobody. I had my chains on too. I'm like, ain't nobody going. One girl said I had a nice shirt. But she didn't know who I was.
Well, we got to the elevator.
Somebody was like, "Are you Earl sweatshirt?" Yeah, I was like, "Nah." Yeah, somebody in the elevator. That's right.
Elevator finally. Once I came.
Yeah.
But Bobby, your profile is obviously increasing, but like, how is that struggle? Because of, you know, you want to fulfill those dreams, but you know, you got to sacrifice your anonymity.
I guess what I'm getting at on that line is like not letting fame take over. You know, I did when I think about the reason why I really got into music, it was always for like the respect and the love, and you know, I wanted my cousins to be like, yo, that's hard, you know what I'm saying, or the other rappers around me to be like, yo, that's it, you know what I'm saying. I really wanted to be mentioned in the same, you know, in same likeness as people I thought were great, and to have something to leave, you know, a legacy. Before I thought about fame or even money, you know, I was always doing this, and I always gonna be doing this. So whether, you know, they're talking about me, you know, millions of people are talking about me, or nobody's talking about me, I'm always gonna have to do this because I just love it.
Right.
So, but the fame aspect, you know, it can come and play a part, and I think some people, it just takes over them, and some people aren't strong enough, you know. And time will tell. And so, but I like to think that I am strong enough, and I got a really great team. I got a really big family that always let me know, you know, and keep me grounded. And I think that's a huge part of it too. So, you know, I just want to keep making great music, and you know, if fame follows, then it follows. You know, if the money follows, then it follows.
Why do you think music was your calling? Like, yeah, so you've talked about you have a crazy childhood, crazy upbringing, so much going on. But you know, the church and playing the drums at a young age, like why we ended up being so committed to it, and why do you think that was your way? I
think when I seen that I can inspire people, and I seen that I can move people and get a positive reaction out of people by what I was doing, that was the most powerful thing to me, and that was what I was addicted to, and that's what made me continue to make music. When I seen people light up, and I seen people's mood change, and being in church, and me being on the drums, and we start playing that shout music, and people just, you know, losing themselves, and they catching the spirit, and then they, you know, they're being inspired, and some people, like, they feel like their health is getting better. It's like, and then doing shows, and these people are, you know, fans are coming up and saying like, yo, I was about to kill myself literally, and then your song helped me. That's the kind of stuff that like made me want to really continue to do this. Like, I'm not like the most philanthropic dude. I'm, you know, I one time for Christmas I gave a few shirts away for the homeless, but it's like, this is my part. You know what I'm saying? It's a small part, but I feel like this is my part in contributing something to the world. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just sitting on my ass watching Netflix. Like this is me giving back. You know.
And you said that you challenged yourself. You said there was times when you weren't having the work ethic that you needed, and you were being lazy, and you pushed yourself to get out of that. You know, why do you think that was, and like how did you get out of that?
I thought being talented and being someone that was devilishly handsome. I thought that was enough. No, I just thought that was it. That's all I had to do. And then I
got a good personality.
Yeah, it's all good. Got a nice smile, whatever. But that wasn't the case. I had to develop an actual work ethic. And my homie, the mentor at the time, Brian Lee, sat me down and he was like, "Yo, you doing way too much. You're doing a lot of different things, but you kind of just you working harder, not smarter. And you on a treadmill, but you ain't going nowhere. And it's dope that you running, but you ain't getting younger. You know what I'm saying? And so, what at the end of the day, what you gonna really do?" And when I looked around, I was like, "Dang, yeah, you right." I've been. Who
was this? You said
my mentor Brian Lee at the time. He's actually somewhere in New York right now, I think. Actually, but yeah, he was the homie at the time, and he was actually managing another good friend that I met in L.A. Named Dumbfounded, a battle rapper, who actually introduced me a lot of people in L.A. But we were kind of being mentored by the same dude at the same time, and he kind of sat me down and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get you a computer, a mini board, and a mic, and just why don't you just sit in a room and make music?" And that's what I did. And I just did that for about 6 months. And after I was done with that, I was like, okay, I had a clear vision. I'm going to go buy Anderson .Paak. I'm going to put the dot there. I got this music. I'm going to work with these people. This is what I want for the year. This is the things that I really want for myself. And I'm not going to stop until I get it, And even when I get it, I ain't going to stop.
But even like on the season Carry Me is very dark and not even necessarily dark, but very autobiographical. Was it hard to be so revealing? And
I think at the time that I started writing that, I was ready for it. Maybe 5 years ago, I wouldn't even known how to express these things. But by the time I was writing the season, things were starting to really come together. I was like, wow, I'm on tour right now with Earl. I got this group over here. I'm working with Knife Wonder.
You tweeted about things starting to change, like that feeling
coming together.
Right.
So these words and these things things became more clear. My writing, it became easier. It wasn't like me trying hard. Like, let me make this opus. It was just like flowing. I was just looking out the window and just like, yeah, man. Like I remember I was working with Game one time and he was like, when niggas take forever to write stuff, they're trying to tune into somebody they're not. So they're like, who should I pretend to be this time? And it takes forever.
There has to be a certain naturalness to it.
When you just being you, it kind of just flows, and I'm not saying that, if you ain't writing like in 5 minutes and then you, but I really related to that. And when some of these songs just kind of just would naturally just came out, and I was just getting in all these awesome experiences, when I was getting beats sent to me by Knife Wonder and I'm over here texting them like, these things are just crazy to me, like these are really crazy for me, this is the dudes that I really looked up to growing up, and to be able to be working with them hand in hand is crazy. And then like to be able to be recording like in places like Patchwork, all these different things,
much history,
so much history and all these, I feel like these vibes are coming together and these spirits and everything, man. And I feel like it was like, the universe was like, yeah, all right, go ahead and get that.
It's funny you speak about your family in such vivid detail though, like the elements, that's what makes it unique. It's not just saying my mom went to jail or this is what happened with the details. I think it's in the writing itself is what stands out.
Yeah, it's a unique story, man, and I just I'm all about the detail, man. And
can you break it down for people that don't know?
My mom is a business owner. She started in produce out in Oxnard. So if everybody is familiar with Oxnard knows that the whole city is built on produce, strawberries, agriculture, everything. So it's all built off working class Latinos. And then you got the suburb in Ventura. So I grew up in both. I was born in Oxnard and kind of more so raised in the suburb in Ventura. I went to high school and everything in Ventura, and then I was playing drums in church in Oxnard. So I was kind of back and forth. My mom, long story short, she had a company, a produce company, and it filed for bankruptcy, and then wasn't notified. And the government kind of got in over her head, and the DA built a case around her and my stepfather. And I feel like they kind of made an example of her. You know, they gave my mom 14 years, and nobody was killed or anything like that. And you know, we're living in a city in Ventura where she's one of the few black owners, you know, a female at that, a woman, and she's doing her thing. And you know, I think a lot of people just didn't like it, and
tried to make an example.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I went from, you know, we was living in a 5-bedroom mansion, everything. I had my own studio, my own room, and to, you know, one day everything's good, you know, we got the whole family structure, and then the next day, you know, my brother-in-law was like, yo, they locked your mom up. They, you know, we trying to get her a lawyer, but we were trying to figure it out. And then it was just a domino effect after that. You know, my got my family, you know, I have all sisters, you know, so I'm the middle child of 3 sisters, so 2 older and 1 little. So you know, the family's going nuts. And I'm in the middle of it. A lot of emotion. Yeah, a lot of emotion. You know, we were all spoiled. You know, my mom took care of all of us, you know. And then when that happened, it was just a domino effect. So, you know, that happened, and it was just everything kind of went haywire. And I was making a lot of headway with music at the time, and I kind of just put everything to the side when that happened, and felt like I should just go out and, you know, maybe go work and try to lighten the load for my family. My 2 older sisters started taking care of my little sister. So, you know, I kind of jumped out of the music thing and just started working and, you know, trying to find my way. And, you know, I did a lot of couch surfing. I did a lot of just, you know, dead-end jobs, you know, and just doing a lot of different.
You got married twice?
Yeah. I'm married now. I got, you know, I like this one. You know, this one I'm with now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to wifey.
But you was talking about, like,
I love it.
On that particular song, like the struggles, like you were homeless and you were like cursing God because she was gonna get deported and things like that.
Yeah, man. I just, you know, I didn't understand if, you know, why these things were happening and like, you know, why it was taking so hard, why things were taking so long. And I knew that I was like talented and I could make something happen, and like I had all that, you know, just relationships in the world, but it was so hard for me to get things happening. And I'm watching everybody blow, you know what I'm saying? Right. You're talking about, you know, everybody, and I'm literally on the couch, you know, watching these cats just blow up, and just like, damn, like, what I gotta do? I felt like Hove, you know, when he was, you know, I remember stories about him where he's watching like Snoop and everybody blow up, and he's still on the block, you know, like, this was literally that. But I got a family, I got a newborn, and I ain't got nothing, I ain't got $1 to my name, and I'm just, you know, selling struggle tree, you know what I'm saying? I'm selling like bags of shake, you know what I'm saying? So it's like something had to give, and you know, all these different things were just adding up, and you know, I just you know, that the music, you know, that beat, man, really just kind of like spoke to me with, you know, the Knife Wonder and my boy Caleb Connor, and it just like that landscape just really made it easy for me to just tell that story.
But even during that time, like, what's the motivating force? Is it just the family? Like, who's giving you that motivation to keep going and keep creating? Because, you know, a lesser person would have probably just gave up or quit.
Yeah. You know, I think I just wasn't built like that, you know. I had a family background where, you know, my family was very supportive, and I probably would have been out in the streets even till this day if it wasn't for like my sisters opening, keeping that door open. You know, my sisters worked hard 9-to-5 jobs, and they was always like, yo, you can stay with us, you know, until you figure it out. I was always that dude chasing his dreams out of my family, you know, and they kind of
encouraged it.
They encouraged it, you know, and I think they're always inspired by that, you know, like, this little nigga just gonna keep doing it, you know, he don't give up. He don't give up. So they was always like, you know, we got that steady check, so just come in, hang with us. And I lived with my sister for a little bit. I moved my whole family in my sister's spot for a little bit until I figured it out, and I was able to really get on my feet. If it wasn't then it was my boy Shafiq from Sarah. He let me stay at his spot. It was always people. I didn't have that story where nobody believed in me, and you know, everybody was saying I was gonna be shit. No, I was always people around me that was like, yo, I'm gonna hold you down, you know. Same thing with Adrian. When I met him, I had just changed my name. I didn't know, you know, like, what I was going to do, you know, and it was like, yo, let's do it. Let's figure this out together. And we brainstormed, and we, you know, picked up the pieces and we just kept it moving. And I remember when we met, it was like one of the first things we do. It was like, man, if we can just get to Dre, that would be crazy, you know. And it was like a far-fetched thing.
Adrian had a plan.
Yeah, that was one of the things we had in our mind, you know. And I remember after a while, I was like, man, you might as well just forget that, bro. Ain't nobody getting to Dre. Like, nobody's getting to Dre. You know what I'm saying? So it was just crazy, man.
What did he say he heard on the Suede record? Did you think that your style had developed in a way that made you more attractive to someone like that, or like how did you feel you were at musically?
I think so. I'm sorry to go back to real quick to touch on what you were saying though, and also my family, my son. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was looking at him, I was like, you know, he deserves better, and it was crazy because even when we would be like he didn't know what was going on, but he would always be happy, you know what I'm saying, always dancing. And I was just like, yo, you know, I'm gonna make it happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have that before, and all I had to worry about was myself, and I was living for self, so it was easy for me to be lazy. But when I seen that everything that I did was a direct effect on my family, it changed my perspective, and it kind of boosted my hustle.
Yeah, so you did some videos like you're playing Mortal Kombat, you guys were hustling around.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was just more like, wow, I'm gonna make this happen.
Little man has personality. He's relying on you.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely. By the time I got to Dre, I think I had gotten more comfortable with my sound, my vocal approach at least. And there was a lot of factors in that. You know, a lot of it was just trial and error. I've been always the type to just really mess around with different sounds, and you know, whether I'm emceeing or singing in different tones. And when I started working with Knowledge, we started working on our group No Worries. His music really kind of opened this whole vibe up, you know, and this whole vocal approach with me, and I kind of started, you know, tuning in more on this, you know, on my soul roots. And I had been in the lab with him for a while. We was like, you know, 20-30 songs deep. And by the time I got to Dre, you know, Suede was bubbling, and when he heard that, it was just like, you know, I was already in that mode. And I think he really brought it up. He was like, you got that pain in your voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man, like this is it, you know. So I just ran with it.
You think you was expressing pain from?
Yeah. I think it was just, you know, definitely in the, you know, subconsciously, you know, the different things that I've been going through up until that date. It was just, I just put it in the music, you know. That's my outlet, you know. The music, the drums, you know. That's just, a lot of people don't have an outlet and they keep it cooped up, and then they do some crazy shit. But I get to really express on all the time.
Because you said it. I think that's what we loved in Animals. You got Premier and Dre together, which was a huge moment.
Absolutely.
Like talk about that. Like, it's almost like you was, to me, it's your record, right? Your record made the world come together, and like a lot of that is like your pain on the ultimate stage, in terms of also hitting a topic that nowadays, you know, artists struggle with their voice and what to say, and like how to really put it in song format, because you feel like they want to make a statement on social media about something, like they're not compartmentalizing. I know you had those lyrics for a long time, so talk about like processing that and feeling like, okay, I want to express my feelings about what's going on in Baltimore and these places through the music.
Yes. You know, to quote Nina Simone, I feel like as an artist, you're reflecting the times, you know, whether it's socially or just personally what you're going through, you are, you know, absorbing that and then spewing it out on your canvas. And that's what I do. And I couldn't ignore it, you know, and that's really where I was coming from with that song. It's like, I'm not, you know, saying I'm a huge activist or anything like that.
Because it was like fuck shit up or something,
exactly,
right? FSU instead of Even Animals, right?
Exactly, that was the original name.
Fuck shit up.
Fuck shit up. And so, man, it's just like I was being affected by it. I couldn't go anywhere without seeing it. And I was like, yo, man, let me put this to wax. Like, this is it. Like, it just all came together in the booth. You know, I had that couple of these old sneakers, faded blue jeans. I had that whole thing for a while, for years. Been waiting for an opportunity to throw that on something, and then I threw that on the first, and I was in the booth watching these things go down, and I was like, when it came time to write the verse, I was like, all right, let's do it. And I just started. I didn't even write it. I just wrote it in the booth, you know, piece by piece. And that's how it happened. I just wanted to just state where I was coming from, how I felt. And it was straight from a perspective of like, look, man, look how they portraying us, you know. Right. Look at how they never want to, you know, come, and they don't ever want to shed light on these places until things are absolutely chaos, you know, in a chaotic state. And I think that's BS, man. And I think, you know, there's no reason for that. And I think, you know, I'm happy I was able to make a good song still at the end of the day. Still.
And that Premier beat kind of drew that out?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was moved by the beat, and I had met Premier in Russia. Again, we were No Worries. We had a show out there in Russia, of all places, and we got to work on one track before that we did there, and actually in Russia. And he gave me another beat, and I said, I'm gonna work on this when I get home for sure. Just let me do something to this. And I sent it back. Right after I did it, I sent it to him. He's like, yo, this is dope. I love this. And I was like, yeah, this would be dope. We can put this out like right now, you know, as things were going on. And
urgency to get it.
Yeah, we were just gonna leak it, and I was working with Dre at the same time. And then on the way out from the session, I was like, yo, I got a joint with Premier. And he was like, yo, let me hear that. You got a joint with Premier? And I was like, yeah. We played it for him, and he was like, it was like 4 bars went in, and he was like, I got to get on this. Like, wow. I got to get on this, you know? And I was like, go ahead, man. And he called me the next night, and he was like, yo, I know this is your joint, but I would love to throw this on the record, man. I need something like this. And I was like, let's do it. Yeah.
Wow. And then you was there when they collaborated in the studio, right? With the scratches and all that. Like,
yep, he flew
professional winners. He was new
professional winners. Yeah, Dr. Dre. Yeah.
Just making shit up.
Yeah, and just, you know, that was, I think, one of the first times they've even been in the lab working on stuff together.
Yeah, never. Really.
So that was crazy to even see that, you know, to see both of them fans of each other. They both have known each other for years, sharing stories, and then watching Dre, like, you know, look at Primo pick out records and watching him scratch and stuff. And Dre's a DJ too, so it's like it was nuts, man.
So to be involved with these moments and, you know, all the success that, you know, got going on. I remember in an interview you said that you had like this chip on your shoulder, you know, from the people that passed on you and, you know, the corporate institutions. Do you still have that?
I think what I was getting at is it was kind of
price went up.
Yeah, exactly. Knowing my value, you know, and like, you know, it's a lot. I spent a lot of years where I didn't really know my value. I was living under my greatness, you know, and when all these things started happening, I kind of understood where people were coming from when they said things like the game made me this way, or when people start acting that asshole and they don't want to talk to nobody and they don't want no new friends, and they, you know, they kind of got this disdain for the game. I could see how people could be driven towards that. At the same time, I still got a lot of love for the game and for the people around me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't around people that, you know, had put a lot of installed a lot of hate in my heart. It was always like a positive vibe around me, keeping things flowing, and that's where I'm at now. So it's like I do got a little bit of a chip, you know. I feel, or you know, just a little bit of a boost of confidence now. You know, it's like I feel like, you know, man, I've been doing this for a while, man. So it's like you know, people, a lot of years. Yeah. It's like people try to box me in and give lazy comparisons or this and that, and like
some reviews.
Yeah, it's just like some of these dudes haven't been doing it for half as long, you know, and I still got a long way to go as well. But it's, you know, like.
But it seems like your creativity draws from a good spirit. You smile a lot. It seems like you have. It's built off a good spirit. It's not built off negativity. Like your creation. Like it seemed like you just like endlessly creative and coming up with things.
Yeah. You know, and you know, dude, I'm in a good place, man, right now, and I've been in a good place for a few years now, and I'm around good people. You know what I'm saying? I got a nice little balance of things going on. That's not to say that I don't get moody and that I don't got a lot of things going on and crazy things going on in my head. Yeah. But you know, thank God for wifey. She's like that angel. You know what I'm saying? And she kind of really keeps me grounded, man. And a lot of people say, how do you balance things with the family and different things like that? And honestly, it's very unbalanced. And if I didn't have her, it'd be all messed up. You know. The world be all topsy-turvy. So I feel like, you know, that's like my counterpart in keeping things really stable for me, because I have a very, you know, wild, you know, other side, you know, that really wants to run loose, and I'm able to actually run loose and be developed and put it into my art because of that family foundation. I feel like I'm able to put everything into my art. I don't worry about saying the right thing or the wrong thing, anything like that. There's no turmoil.
Like, talk about the tickle bitty.
Yeah. She just like, do your art. It's you. You know what I'm saying? 100%, and that's it, man. I can't have no like, oh, I can't say this and that. Like I gotta hit this breakthrough.
The Future thing, what Future was talking about when he was in a relationship, he felt stifled.
Yeah.
Creativity.
So, people, I see it all.
Be Dirty Sprite, Future Hendrix. He couldn't be that.
I see it all the time. You know, people. if you get in a relationship and you're an artist, it can't be with someone that is in competition with your art. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, a lot of the things that I've been blessed with, my family included, are almost products and byproducts of my passion for my art. Me and my wife met in music college, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have met her if I was a nigga just working at Kinko's or something like that, or anything like that. I would have had a whole different life. A lot of the people around me are around me because of the art. And so this is my baby. This is my obsession right now, and I want to win at this, and I want to be a person that people are talking about forever. And I don't know how you can really do that without putting 100% into that, and I don't know how you can do that with having being stifled and stuff like that. And so 1 foot, 1 out. Like, I just rather give it all, to this art for now, because at some point I'm not gonna be the most inspirational dude, and I'm probably gonna be putting out some garbage, and I don't want to be I don't want to be in my 50s still thinking that shit is hot, I want to be able to put time into my son and get fat and not worry about Twitter and just so this is the time to really put everything into it.
Because you got other side projects cooking too, right? And
Absolutely.
Like you have this height flow creativity. Like what should people look out for you
Absolutely.
in the upcoming future in terms of music?
I'm really first off, we still got Malibu, my project.
Gotta get that Malibu.
Malibu is out, and that is out. It's doing very well. It's
matter of fact, here you go. I was meant to give you this.
Yeah. Let me hold that. He'll hold that.
No, I'm giving him $10 right now because
sure
I have it on. I have a title.
Yeah.
But I felt like that I'm gonna so back into because it's a really good project.
Thank you,
and
bro.
I don't want to give it to iTunes or give it directly to you.
I appreciate that.
What was your favorite session moment putting that album together? What was your favorite moment?
Man, man, there's some crazy ones, bro.
Because you keep it active in the studio, right?
Yeah.
Like you're this big personality. Like you're not that guy who's like in the corner of the booth, like looking all mean and shit, right?
Nah, man. I love to have fun, bro. I love the vibes in there. Honestly, one of the funnest sessions was probably the game sessions, and because we got to record that one, it was in the middle of his still working on the documentary too. Yeah. And he was like, "Yo, I want you to pick one of these girls, and that's the one I'm gonna write about." And I was like, "Are you serious?" He was like 15 girls, all fire, all 10s, and I looked around the room. He had the tall white one. He had the red bone. He had the dark Afrocentric. He had the thick one. He had the Latina. I was like, I'm gonna go with her. She she was like, she looked like senior year in college. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna rock with her. Kind of like.
What made you pick it? Was it a tough decision?
She was just like she was just something different about her. Yeah. She was.
Were
bad.
they allowed to speak, or they just was looking like?
They were all different. Some of them were outgoing, talkative. Some of them were chill. Some of them, and she was just kind of chill, And I was like, pick her. He was like, all right, bet.
Went in
5 minutes and went in the booth, laid it in one take. And it sounded like he kind of liked the girl too. So it was like, I think we picked a good one. You
don't know what happened after that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was one of those ones, man. It was just like doing work on the game. It was like supper club in the studio, man. It was nuts.
What was the most challenging artistic moment? Was it like hitting a certain note or a certain mix? Like what was like the most thing you had to kind of finally feel like it's where it needs to be?
Probably, there's a few things that it was tough for me. It's like, narrowing it down. I had a lot of tunes at the end of the day, and I had to narrow things down, and then I believe in continuing to record, especially in today's age where the turnaround is so fast, where you can literally put things out the next day or whatever. I just believe in you always just keep recording, even up until mastering. Don't shut it down because you never know. And some of the best joints come down. The Dreamer,
Celebrations.
A lot of these joints, man, were joints that I got at the very last moment from people that were like, "Yo, I want to make the album," and that was one of the toughest things, man. And even like the joint, like the Dreamer with Talib, really just like tuning in and really writing something that was going to be something that was positive and that was going to be something that could be played, and with a good message, those sometimes are kind of tough.
How to nail that.
How to nail it without
seeming cheesy.
Exactly. Those are the tough ones, man. And so, those were some of the sticklers, man. Really just the writing process, really just like not being lazy with it and really, really sticking it. Yeah.
How do your parents, are they still incarcerated right now?
No. So my mom actually, so she did her 7.5, and she got, while she was in there, she got her AA in prison, and then when she got out, as soon as she got out, she got accepted into Cal Lutheran, and then she finished Cal Lutheran, studied abroad, went back to Korea where she was born, got to like find out a little information about her, background and everything, and got her bachelor's and all that.
Wow, you really couldn't visit her because you didn't have enough money for your suspended license?
Yes, that's how much of a damn dirtbag I was. I was getting tickets for not paying my fee on the train. I would sneak on the train, and I didn't have $1 to my name, so I like, fuck it. This is when you have to show your ticket before you even have the card, and I'll hop on the train like an asshole and wouldn't pay nothing, and then I get caught by the sheriff, and then I get a ticket, and then I wouldn't show it to court, and then by the time I'm looking at, I owe like, you owe $100,000 to the, whatever, but it was like that, but it was like that, and so I was stuck, and they freeze everything, like they want all their paper, and I was like getting no shows to court, and I would wouldn't show up to when community service, they was giving me all the chances in the world, and I wouldn't do it, and by the time I looked at it, I couldn't do nothing, and then I couldn't show up to even go visit her because my license was suspended, and I couldn't, you need to have all that stuff. So I was just like, man, look what you doing with yourself, what you really doing.
What was mom doing? Give you some lugs, man. What's up with that?
Yeah, mom's, man.
Mom took a L on that one, man.
Degree or whatever. You gave me some lugs.
Yeah, she was like, Funk Flex, God, what the heck, bro, man? Like, what? You hot, baby. You hot. I was like, Mom,
it's the driving shoe.
Yeah, dude. I wanted some forces or something.
Did you get them Jordans at 6 though? Did she buy you those?
She did.
Okay.
She did give me those. But see, that's what turned her off. She was like, well, I got you the Jordans. You didn't even want to step into the parking lot because you didn't want to get them messed up. I hit the parking lot. I was like, oh, hell no, mama. Can you carry me? I didn't want to get them joints scuffed or nothing, bro. Them Sixers, bro.
You make any crazy purchase now? Like,
crazy purchase, and I got wifey the Chanel bag.
There you go.
That is crazy.
Yeah, the boy.
You don't know about that B-Dot gang.
Those prices look like zip codes, man.
It's ridiculous. I was sick, bro. I got wifey the bag, but I'm not crazy. I'm not. I spend money. I put it into the show. I'll put it into my. I get some equipment for the studio.
Live show SOBs Thursday. Gonna be there.
Yes, Lord.
So what should we expect?
Sold out. My first headlining show in New York City sold out. You know what I'm saying?
Congrats.
It's amazing, man. Especially SOBs where all the history is at, man.
You ready?
I be there
the Kanye moment, the J. Cole moment?
I'm ready, bro. I got my band, the Free Nationals, with me, man. We so ready, bro.
But you have your own tour overseas, the off-the-ground tour.
My first headlining tour overseas, off-the-ground tour. We sold out 5 shows now. Wow. I just got word that another show sold out today in Paris. So, yeah, man, it's amazing.
Hey, you just came from Australia, like last November.
Yeah.
What's that experience like going overseas, considering where you come from, to have your music touch so many people?
Amazing, man, because you forget there's other markets, other than just Los Angeles or New York, I'll be like thinking that that's the whole end all be all, and there's so many places, so many markets that you never know could be listening to your music, and you might be number one somewhere, some random place, and you're like, dang, let's go over there and get some racks, so it's like, it's amazing to go over to Australia. We get there and they're playing our song on the radio, like legit playing it, we getting spins over there, so they showing us mad love over there, and I had an amazing time in Australia, man. Wow. Beautiful people over there.
So this is gonna be your first time going to Europe as well?
This is not my first time, but this is gonna be my first time going for my headlining stuff. Yeah, exactly. And it's amazing, bro. I mean, I've been a couple of times, and it was always opening for people, playing for other people, and it's dope to
How many songs for the new album? You think you're doing a whole album, or you doing? Songs?
Looking at the feedback, it's like, damn, we're gonna have to maybe do the whole. We're gonna do as many as we can, man. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that love the first album too. So we got a nice little blend of both old and new. Yeah,
and more visuals coming from us. So you saying keep working that project?
So now we're in visual phase now, because what happened was I wanted to just put the music out and see how it resonated and see what people were feeling, and it's been doing well. We don't have any videos out, so it's awesome. We're doing Stephen Colbert on the 3rd, so we'll have some live stuff out, and we're gonna be dropping videos just every other month.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
Which one?
The Am I Wrong? The Schoolboy.
You like that one?
That sounds like it's like a throwback, something that you heard back in the 80s or even 90s, but it's like, damn, they still make this kind of music.
Yeah,
like, it's really dope.
Yeah.
And you have all these other side projects. Are they still coming out?
Yes. So I'm sorry. So I got a project with a very talented producer named Knowledge, and we have a project that's exclusively on Stone's Throw called No Worries, and it's kind of like my Gnarls Barkley, you know what I'm saying, phase, and I get to really just like wig out on some like just straight raw soul stuff, and that's where Suede is on and Link Up. We dropped one EP, and the full length comes out this year as well.
Oh, so it's a full length.
Yep, full length is done. We just mastered it. It sounds amazing. It's really dope, man. Some of my best material. So that'll be coming out. Videos for that as well. I have a EP gonna drop with a producer named Toki Monster as well. More electronic kind of feel. We have a song called Rilla that we dropped, which was another track that was buzzing around the time I met Dre, and we're doing Coachella and a bunch of festivals, man.
So Dre's cool with all that. He's like, well, give me your album in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. See what happened? Yeah, man. We got to talking and really plan it out, man. And I think, you know, I don't know if he was expecting, you know, for Malibu to really hit like it did, and he really enjoyed Malibu, man. He was like, yo,
what was his favorite joint?
He loves Come Down. He loved The Season, Carry Me, and he loves Put Me Through.
Great records.
Yeah, man, he loves him. So he was like, yeah, let's, because he's super busy too, and you know, I'm gonna be really busy this year. So we were like, let's just like spend the whole year just like working on the next project. While this one bubbles, I still got to do videos and shows. So it's gonna be cool. We gonna just like.
So you think he wants to be hand in hand with you on the whole creative process?
Absolutely. I mean, definitely just, you know, just
the next album,
keeping up. Oh yeah, just keeping up to date, and just like, you know, just working with them, you know, just like building the sound, figuring out what we're gonna do. Because he was telling me, he's like, so many ways we can go, but he told me personally, he's like, I'm really gonna. This is something real special to me, you know, working with you, and really gonna put everything into this, you know. This is like inspiring to be able to work with you on this project. So
it's a Paak, baby.
You got your birthday coming up 7 days.
30 years old, baby. What you doing? What you doing? This is a big one though. You said it. You've said a lot of interviews. You feel a little worried? 30? Say hi to 30?
It's a hi to 30. I mean, man, I feel like this has been my best year, man. I'm feeling like 30 the new 20. Shut up. I feel old now, man. Definitely, bro. I'm walking all the way in it. You know,
any plans?
I'm loving
any birthday plans?
I guess I'm gonna be shooting a video actually on my birthday, so I'm just be working, man. Honestly, you know, just right back to work. You know, I'll pop a bottle somewhere here and there.
Get up with the fam. Is your sister still claiming you on
Not no more. I tried to get one more year out of her.
She might be.
And I tried to get another year out of Wick, but they was like, nah, man, you can't do it. Can't do it.
You're 30 years old.
You're 30. Your son is 5. You got to start coming off that bread. So yeah, I got to come off that bread this year. So.
And speaking of bread, you gave your mom $10K, and then she went some. What's up with that story?
Yeah, man, my mom, man, she got that. She's a lucky lady, man. She know how to she know how to do it big out there in Vegas and Shoemash. Shoemash is like, you know, if you don't go to Vegas, you go to Shoemash, or you go to Pachanga, one of them joints. But she gets.
So that's like a gambling thing, right?
Oh wow. Yeah, she played the slots. So, but she good at it. She killing.
Battle anybody.
Yeah, she kill it. So, you know, she do her thing. So I like to just I'm not really into it, but I like to see how the money work. You know, I'd say give me a little, break me off a little.
Give me some of the back end.
Yeah, the back end. You know, I sit here and watch her work. You know, I hit the buffet or something.
All right, bet.
More money in the future, baby. Thank you, Anderson, man. Appreciate you coming out, man.
Thank you.
We got to make this happen. Make sure it's SOBs Thursday night.
I'll be there, man.
Gonna shut the city down.
Come out. We'll try to get you on the list. You know?
I bought your album.
Yeah. You good.
Go pick up that Malibu, man.
Absolutely. Go get Malibu.
Thank you, baby.
Thanks.
Rap Radar Podcast.
Yeah. Let's get it.